Sunday, November 17th, 2024. My daughter Zara's baptism. 6 months old. Perfect age to dedicate her to the Lord. I'd been planning this day for months. Pink and white dress for Zara. Family from 3 states. Reception in the fellowship hall. Photographer. Catered food. Everything perfect. My husband Andre and I stood at the front of New Life Tabernacle with Pastor Jenkins. Zara in my arms, wearing the white baptism gown my grandmother had embroidered. Andre's hand on my back. Our families in the front rows. My parents, his parents, siblings, cousins, aunts, uncles. 150 people packed into the sanctuary to witness our baby girl's dedication to God. Pastor Jenkins was mid-prayer. Lord, we present baby Zara Williams to you. Cover her, protect her, guide her parents as they raise her in your ways. That's when the sanctuary doors opened. A woman walked in. Late 20s. Beautiful. Curves. Confidence. Wearing a form-fitting red dress, red to a baptism, and heels. Holding a large silver gift bag. She walked down the center aisle. Everyone turned to look. Whispers started. Who is that? Why is she dressed like that? Why is she walking down the aisle during the baptism prayer? She walked straight to the front, stopped 3 feet from us, smiled at Andre, then looked at me. Sorry I'm late, she said loudly, interrupting Pastor Jenkins's prayer. I wouldn't miss Zara's baptism for anything. Andre told me how special today is. Andre's face went white. His hand dropped from my back. The woman extended the gift bag toward me. I got her a little something. For her special day, from her daddy's special friend. The sanctuary went silent. 150 people staring, waiting, watching. I looked at Andre. Who is this? He couldn't speak, just stood there frozen. The woman smiled bigger. I'm Crystal. Andre's been telling me all about Zara for months, showing me pictures. I feel like I already know her. So when he mentioned the baptism, I just had to come, bring a gift, show my support. This is the story of how my husband's mistress showed up at our daughter's baptism and used a gift to expose a 6-month affair in front of my entire family. My name is Nicole Williams. I'm 32 years old, African American, a first-time mother to a beautiful 6-month-old baby girl named Zara. Before I tell you about Crystal walking into my daughter's baptism holding a gift, you need to understand how we got there. I met Andre Williams when I was 26, both working at the same hospital. I was a physical therapist. He was a radiology technician. We met in the cafeteria. He was charming, funny, attentive, asked me out within the first week. Andre was 28, made decent money, around $62,000. I was making $58,000. Both stable, both ambitious, both wanted families. We dated for 2 years. He was consistent, showed up, called when he said he would, treated me well. Introduced me to his family early. They loved me. I introduced him to mine. They approved. In 2020, he proposed. Simple proposal at our favorite restaurant. Nothing extravagant, but meaningful. I said yes. We got married in August 2020 at New Life Tabernacle, the church I'd been attending since moving to the city 5 years earlier. Mid-sized church, about 900 members, predominantly Black congregation, strong family ministry. Pastor Jenkins officiated. Beautiful ceremony despite COVID restrictions, 80 guests, masks, social distancing, but still beautiful. For the first 3 years of marriage, life was good. We both kept working at the hospital, bought a townhouse, started talking about kids around year 2. I want to be a dad, Andre said one night in early 2023. I'm ready. Are you? I'm ready, I said. We started trying in March 2023, got pregnant quickly, found out in April, both ecstatic, told our families, everyone celebrated. First grandchild on both sides. The pregnancy was smooth, no major complications. Andre was attentive, went to appointments, read pregnancy books, set up the nursery, painted it lavender and white, built the crib, bought clothes, diapers, everything. Zara Nicole Williams was born May 10, 2024. 7 pounds, 2 ounces, perfect, healthy, beautiful. The first few months were an adjustment. Sleepless nights, Constant feeding, diaper changes, learning to be parents. But we did it together. Andre helped, changed diapers, did middle-of-the-night bottles, was present. Or so I thought. Around July 2024, when Zara was 2 months old, I noticed Andre was on his phone more. Texting, smiling at his screen, stepping out of the room to take calls. "Who are you texting?" I'd ask. "Just work stuff," he'd say. "Coworker asking about a schedule." "At 10 p.m.?" I'd ask. "He works nights," Andre would say. Different schedule. I didn't push. New baby. Sleep-deprived, exhausted, didn't have energy to question every text message. By August, Andre started going out more. Guys' night with the fellas from work. Basketball game with Jerome. Quick drink with the crew. He'd leave at 8 p.m., come home at midnight. Sometimes later. "The baby's asleep," he'd say. "You're exhausted. I'm just giving you space to rest. Letting you have the house quiet for a few hours." That sounded considerate. Thoughtful even. So I accepted it. September 2024. Andre started working overtime. They need extra coverage in radiology. Pays time and a half. We could use the money with the baby. Made sense. Babies are expensive. Formula, diapers, clothes, doctor visits. Extra money would help. He'd work 3, sometimes 4 extra shifts a week. Leave at 6 a.m., not come home until 8 p.m. "How was work?" I'd ask. "Busy," he'd say. "Exhausting. Lots of patience. Looking back, I should have questioned it. Should have asked for pay stubs. Should have verified. But I was drowning in new motherhood. Barely surviving. Barely functional. I trusted him. October 2024. I started planning Zara's baptism. At New Life Tabernacle, we dedicate babies around 6 months old. It's called baptism. But really, it's a dedication. Parents commit to raising the child in the Lord. Church commits to supporting the family. Baby is presented to God. I wanted it to be special. Beautiful. Memorable. "Let's do it November 17th, I told Andre. "Zara will be 6 months and 1 week. Perfect timing." "Sounds good," he said. "Whatever you want." I planned everything. Sent invitations to family. My parents, his parents, siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins. Booked the fellowship hall for a reception afterward. Hired a photographer. Ordered catering, fried chicken, mac and cheese, greens, rolls, all the good stuff. Got Zara a custom white baptism gown. My grandmother embroidered her name on it. Nicole had a new dress made. Lavender to match Zara's nursery. Everything coordinated. Everything perfect. "This is going to be beautiful," I told Andre a week before. Both our families, our church family, celebrating Zara, dedicating her to God. "It's going to be perfect." "Yeah," Andre said, distracted, looking at his phone. "Are you even excited?" I asked. "Of course I am," he said, looking up. "I'm excited, just tired from work." "You've been tired a lot lately," I said. "Overtime is exhausting," he said. "But it's worth it. For Zara. For us." I let it go. The week before the baptism, Andre was off. Distracted. Distant. Checked his phone constantly. Took calls in other rooms. Left the house for errands that took hours. "Is everything okay?" I asked Thursday night, November 14th. "Everything's fine," he said. "Just stressed about work." "You've been working a lot of overtime," I said. "Maybe you should take a break, especially this weekend. The baptism is Sunday. I need you present, focused, with me." "I will be," he said. "I promise. Sunday is about Zara. I'll be fully present." Saturday, November 16th, the day before the baptism. Andre left at 2 p.m. "Where are you going?" I asked. "Need to pick up something for tomorrow," he said. "A surprise. For Zara. For the baptism." "What kind of surprise?" I asked. "If I tell you, it's not a surprise," he said, smiling. "Trust me. You'll love it." He left. Came back 4 hours later, empty-handed. "Where's the surprise?" I asked. "It's being delivered tomorrow," he said. "To the church. You'll see." "Delivered to the church?" I asked. "What is it?" "You'll see tomorrow," he said. Stop asking questions. That night, I couldn't sleep. Something felt wrong. Off. But I couldn't place it. Told myself I was being paranoid. New mom anxiety, exhaustion. Everything was fine. Sunday morning, November 17th, woke up at 6 a.m., fed Zara, got her dressed in her baptism gown, got myself ready. Lavender dress, hair, makeup, everything perfect. Andre was in the shower. Taking longer than usual. "You okay in there?" I called. "Yeah," he called back. "Just making sure I look good for the pictures." He came out 20 minutes later. Dressed nice, suit, tie, cologne. Looked really good. Better than usual. "You look handsome," I said. "You look beautiful," he said. "Both of you do." We left for church at 9:30 a.m. Service started at 10:30. The baptism was scheduled for 11 a.m., after worship and before the sermon. When we arrived, both our families were already there. My mama, daddy, sister, brother. His mama, daddy, 2 sisters, brother. Cousins. Aunts. Uncles. About 40 family members total, plus regular church members. About 150 people in the sanctuary. Everyone oohed and awed over Zara in her baptism gown. "She's so beautiful. Look at that dress. She looks like an angel." We took family photos before service. Big family portrait. Just parents with baby, grandparents with baby. Everyone wanted pictures with Zara. Andre seemed nervous, fidgety, kept checking his phone. "You good?" I asked. "Yeah," he said. "Just want everything to go smoothly." "It will," I said. "Everything is perfect." Service started at 10:30. Worship, announcements, offering. At 11 a.m., Pastor Jenkins called us to the front. "Church family, we have a special moment today. Brother Andre and Sister Nicole Williams are presenting their daughter, Zara Nicole Williams, for baptism and dedication. Let's welcome them to the front." We walked to the front. Andre, me, Zara in my arms, stood facing the congregation. Our families in the front rows, everyone smiling, phones out recording, cameras flashing. Pastor Jenkins stood beside us, placed his hand on Zara's head. "Let us pray," he said. Everyone bowed their heads. "Heavenly Father, we thank you for this precious gift, for baby Zara. We present her to you today. We ask that you cover her, protect her, guide her parents, Andre and Nicole, as they raise her in your ways. Give them wisdom, give them strength, give them grace for the journey of parenthood. Let Zara grow to know you, to love you, to serve you all the days of her life." That's when I heard the doors. The back sanctuary doors opened. Loudly, everyone heard it. Some people looked back. I kept my head bowed. Probably someone late, I thought. They'll sit quietly in the back. But then I heard heels. Clicking. On the tile floor. Down the center aisle. Click, 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 click. Getting louder. Getting closer. I opened my eyes. Looked up. Everyone was looking back at whoever was walking down the aisle. Pastor Jenkins paused his prayer. Looked up. I turned around and saw her. A woman I'd never seen before. Late 20s. African American. Beautiful. Curves. Wearing a tight red dress. Red. To a church baptism. And black heels. Hair done. Makeup done. Confident. Bold. Holding a large silver gift bag with white tissue paper. She walked down the center aisle. Didn't stop. Didn't sit. Walked straight toward the front. Straight toward us. The sanctuary went completely silent. 150 people watching. Whispering. "Who is that? Why is she dressed like that? Is she supposed to be here?" She walked right up to us. Stopped about 3 feet away. Looked at Andre. Smiled. Then looked at me. "Sorry I'm late," she said. Loudly. Clear. Everyone heard. I wouldn't miss Zara's baptism for anything. Andre told me how special today is. I looked at Andre. His face was white. Pale. Frozen. I looked back at the woman. "I'm sorry. Who are you?" "I'm Crystal," she said, smiling. Like this was totally normal. Andre's been telling me all about Zara for months. Showing me pictures, videos. I feel like I already know her. She's so beautiful. She extended the silver gift bag toward me. I got her a little something, Crystal said, for her special day. From her daddy's special friend. The sanctuary erupted. Gasps. Oh my God. Did she just... What is happening? I looked at Andre. Who is this? He couldn't speak. Just stood there. Frozen. Terrified. Crystal kept smiling. Andre didn't tell you I was coming? That's rude. He invited me. Said I should come. Meet Zara. Meet you. See the church. I've been wanting to meet you for months, Nicole. Andre talks about you all the time. Andre, I said, my voice shaking. Who is this woman? He started. I'm his girlfriend, Crystal said, casually, like it was obvious. Well, one of his girlfriends, I guess, since he's married to you. But we've been together 6 months, since May, right around when Zara was born, actually. Andre needed some stress relief. New baby stress, you know? So we connected, and we've been seeing each other ever since. The sanctuary exploded. People standing, gasping. Oh, hell no. Did she just say, this is crazy? My mama stood up. Nicole, baby. Andre's mama stood up. Andre, what is this? Pastor Jenkins stepped forward. Ma'am, I'm going to have to ask you too. I'm just here to celebrate Zara, Crystal said, still holding the gift bag out to me. And give her this gift. Why is everyone acting like I'm doing something wrong? Andre invited me. I looked at Andre, tears streaming down my face. Did you invite her? No, he said, voice shaking. I didn't. I don't know why she's here. Liar, Crystal said, laughing. You literally texted me yesterday. Said you wished I could be there. So I decided to come. Surprise you. Surprise your wife. Surprise everyone. She pulled out her phone. Started reading from it. I wish you could be at Zara's baptism tomorrow. Crystal read. It's going to be special. I wish I could share it with you. That's what you texted me yesterday at 3 p.m., Andre. Right after you left my apartment. Remember? After we... Stop, I yelled. Don't say another word. I turned to Andre. Is this true? Have you been with her? For 6 months? He closed his eyes. Nodded. Since Zara was born? I asked. He nodded again. All those late nights? Overtime? Guys' nights? You were with her? Yes, he whispered. I looked at Crystal, still standing there, still holding that damn gift bag, still smiling. You came to my daughter's baptism, I said, to expose my husband's affair, in front of my family, my church, on the day I'm dedicating my baby to God. You did that? I did that, Crystal said, still smiling, because I'm tired of being a secret, tired of sneaking around, tired of him going home to you every night while I wait. So I figured, what better way to announce myself than at a big family event? Now everyone knows. No more secrets. I handed Zara to my mama, who'd come up to the front. Then I looked at Crystal. Get out. But I brought a gift. I don't want your gift, I said. Get out of this church. Now. But get out, I screamed. Get out before I put you out. My brother and 2 male cousins stood up, started walking toward Crystal. She finally got the message, dropped the gift bag on the floor. Fine. I tried to be nice. Tried to do this respectfully, but clearly nobody here appreciates that. She turned to leave. Stopped. Looked at Andre. Call me later, she said, when you're done with all this family drama. Then she walked out, heels clicking, back down the aisle, out the sanctuary doors. The room erupted. People talking, yelling, crying. My family rushing forward, his family rushing forward. Everyone trying to talk at once. I looked at Andre. You destroyed our daughter's baptism. On the day we were supposed to dedicate her to God, you let your mistress walk into this church and expose you, in front of everyone we love. How could you? I didn't know she was coming, but you told her you wished she could be here, I said. You texted her yesterday, from my house, while I was planning this day. while I was getting everything ready for today. You were texting your mistress, telling her you wished she could be here. How dare you? Nicole, please, don't, I said. Don't talk to me. Don't touch me. Don't come near me or Zara. We're done. I turned to my mama. Can you take Zara? I need to get out of here. Of course, baby, Mama said, holding Zara close. I looked at Pastor Jenkins. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry this happened here. This isn't your fault, Sister Nicole, Pastor Jenkins said. None of this is your fault. I walked out. Walked past my family, past Andre's family, past 150 church members all staring. Walked out the sanctuary, out the building, to my car, got in, and screamed. I sat in my car in the church parking lot, alone, screaming, crying, pounding the steering wheel. My daughter's baptism, ruined, destroyed, by my husband's mistress, who showed up in a red dress, holding a gift, announcing their 6-month affair in front of 150 people. 6 months. Since May. Since Zara was born. While I was recovering from childbirth, he was with her. While I was up at 3 a.m. feeding our baby, he was with her. While I was exhausted, bleeding, in pain, adjusting to motherhood, he was with her. All those overtime shifts, all those guys' nights, all those late nights, lies, every single one. My phone started buzzing. Texts, calls, my mama, my sister, my friends, all trying to reach me. I ignored them all. Just sat there, numb. 20 minutes later, there was a knock on my window. My mama, holding Zara. I unlocked the door. Mama got in the passenger seat, handed me my baby. I held Zara, cried into her baptism gown. I'm so sorry, baby girl, I whispered. I'm so sorry your baptism was ruined. I'm so sorry your daddy did this. I'm so sorry. Mama rubbed my back. None of this is your fault, Nicole. You hear me? None of it. How did I not know? I asked. How did I miss it? 6 months. He was with her for 6 months and I didn't know. Because you were busy being a mother, Mama said. Taking care of a newborn. You trusted your husband. That's not a character flaw. That's what wives are supposed to do. He's the one who violated that trust. Not you. What do I do now? I asked. You come to my house, Mama said. Pack a bag. You and Zara stay with me tonight. Tomorrow, we figure out next steps. But tonight, you just breathe. You just survive. That's all you have to do. I nodded. Mama drove me home, helped me pack a bag for me and Zara. Clothes, diapers, formula, bottles, everything we needed. Andre wasn't there. His truck was gone. Good. I didn't want to see him. But I saw the silver gift bag, the one Crystal had dropped on the sanctuary floor. Someone, probably one of the ushers, had picked it up and left it by the front door of our townhouse. I stared at it. That bag represented everything. The affair, the betrayal, the humiliation, the destruction. I picked it up, opened it. Inside was a white onesie, with pink letters that said, Daddy's special girl. I threw the bag in the trash, onesie and all. Then I left with Mama and Zara. Confrontation, Monday morning. Monday morning, Andre called. I'd blocked his number, so he called from his brother's phone. Nicole, please, we need to talk. There's nothing to talk about, I said. Yes, there is. I need to explain. Explain what? I asked. That you had a 6-month affair? That you were with her the entire time I was taking care of our newborn? That you texted her from our house saying you wished she could be at Zara's baptism? That you let her show up and expose you in front of our families and our church? What exactly do you need to explain? I'm sorry, he said. I'm so sorry. I never meant for any of this to happen. You never meant to get caught, I said. That's different. You meant for the affair to happen. You chose it. Every time you left our house to be with her, every time you lied about overtime, every time you texted her, every choice was intentional. You just didn't mean for her to show up at our daughter's baptism and expose you. She wasn't supposed to do that, Andre said. I told her about the baptism, but I never invited her. She decided on her own to come, to make a scene. Why did you tell her about it at all? I asked. Why does your mistress know anything about our daughter's baptism? He was quiet. Because you talked to her about everything, I said, answering my own question. You share your life with her. Our life. You told her about Zara. Showed her pictures. Shared videos. Made her feel included in our family. While excluding me from the truth. While lying to me every single day. I know, he said. I was wrong. So wrong. But Nicole, I love you. I love Zara. I want to fix this. Please, give me a chance. No, I said. You had your chance. You had 6 months of chances. Every day you could have stopped. Could have confessed. Could have chosen your family. You didn't. You chose her. And now you have to live with the consequences. Nicole, don't contact me again, I said. My lawyer will be in touch. I hung up. Discovery, the full truth. Over the next few days, I pieced together the full story. Crystal wasn't just some random woman. She worked at the same hospital, in the cafeteria. That's where they met, where they started talking. They'd been sleeping together since May. Literally 2 weeks after Zara was born. All those overtime shifts, he wasn't at the hospital working. He was at Crystal's apartment. All those guys' nights with Crystal. All those late nights, Crystal. He'd been living a double life, coming home to me and Zara, going to Crystal whenever he could, texting her constantly, taking her out, spending money on her, money we needed for diapers and formula. I found receipts in his car, dinners, hotels, gifts, flowers, hundreds of dollars, while telling me we needed to be careful with money because of the baby. I found text messages on our phone bill. Hundreds of texts between his number and an unknown number. All times of day and night. I confronted him via text. You took her to hotels while I was home with our newborn? I'm sorry. He texted back. How many times? I don't know. A lot. How many times did you sleep with her? Does it matter? Yes, I texted. It matters. Tell me. I don't know exactly. Maybe 50 times, maybe more. 50 times. In 6 months. While I was postpartum. While I was healing. While I was exhausted from motherhood. He was sleeping with her 50+ times. Did you love her? I asked. No, he texted. It wasn't about love. It was just physical. An escape. An escape from what? I asked. Your wife? Your daughter. From the pressure, he texted. New baby. New responsibilities. I felt suffocated. She was easy. No pressure. No responsibilities. Just fun. I read that text 5 times. His affair was about escaping responsibility. Escaping fatherhood. Escaping marriage. While I was drowning in responsibility. Handling everything. Alone. You're pathetic, I texted. Don't contact me again. I blocked his number. For real this time. Church discipline. The following Sunday. The Sunday after the baptism disaster, November 24th, I went back to New Life Tabernacle. Mama tried to talk me out of it. You don't have to go back so soon, she said. Take time, let things settle. No, I said. That's my church. My community. I'm not letting Andre's sin drive me away. I walked into that sanctuary with my head high, Zara in my arms, sat in my usual spot. 4th row, center aisle. People came up to me. Dozens of people. Before service. After service. We love you, Sister Nicole. We're praying for you. What happened wasn't your fault. You're so strong for coming back. Pastor Jenkins pulled me aside. Sister Nicole, I want you to know the church is handling this. Brother Andre has been placed under church discipline. He's not permitted to serve in any capacity. Can't usher. Can't participate in any ministry. He's required to undergo counseling. And he won't be allowed to return to leadership until he's demonstrated genuine repentance and restoration. That process will take at least a year. Thank you, Pastor, I said. As for Crystal, Pastor Jenkins continued, she's banned from this church. She disrupted a sacred service, caused chaos, hurt you and your family. She's not welcome here. If she tries to come back, she'll be escorted out. I appreciate that, I said. That morning, Pastor Jenkins addressed it from the pulpit. Didn't name names directly, but everyone knew. Church family, last week we witnessed something painful. A baptism that should have been joyful was disrupted by sin, by betrayal. I want to be clear. Sister Nicole and baby Zara are victims. They did nothing wrong. The person who caused the disruption and the person whose sin was exposed, they're the ones at fault. This church stands with Sister Nicole. We support her, we pray for her, and we will not tolerate gossip or judgment directed at her. Anyone who has something negative to say about Sister Nicole can see me after service. Because you'll be dealing with me. The congregation responded. Amen. That's right, Pastor. Standing ovation. I cried, not from sadness, from being supported, from being protected, from not being blamed. Divorce, December to March. I filed for divorce the first week of December. Cited adultery, abandonment, emotional abuse. Andre didn't contest. Couldn't. The affair was exposed publicly. In church. In front of 150 witnesses. He couldn't deny it. Couldn't fight it. My lawyer, Sister Patricia from church, who handled family law, was thorough. You're getting everything, she told me. The townhouse. Primary custody of Zara. Child support. Spousal support for 2 years while you rebuild. And he's paying all your legal fees. He destroyed your family. He pays the price. The divorce took 3 months. Finalized in March 2025. I got the townhouse. Got primary custody. Andre got supervised visitation every other weekend. Supervised because I didn't trust him. Got child support, $800 a month. Got temporary spousal support, $500 a month for 2 years. He paid my legal fees, $7,200. During the divorce process, I learned more about Crystal. She was 27, never married, no kids. Worked in the hospital cafeteria making $28,000 a year. Lived in a studio apartment. Andre had been helping her with rent, paying her bills, buying her gifts. All with money that should have been going to his family. After the baptism disaster, Crystal tried to maintain the relationship. Now that everything's out in the open, we can be together, she told him. He said no. You destroyed my life. You showed up at my daughter's baptism and exposed everything. You ruined my family. We're done. She was furious. Started calling him, texting him, showing up at his job. He had to get a restraining order. She's unstable, Andre told his brother, who told my sister, who told me. I thought she understood it was just casual. But she thought we were building something. She thought once my marriage ended, we'd be together. I never promised her that. He used her. She used the baptism to expose him. Both toxic, both selfish, both destructive. And my daughter and I paid the price. Healing, spring to fall 2025. After the divorce, I focused on healing, on rebuilding, on being the best mother I could be to Zara. I stayed at Mama's house for 3 months. Needed the support, the help, the community. By March 2025, I moved back into the townhouse. It was mine now. Andre's name was off everything. I redecorated, repainted, made it mine and Zara's, removed every trace of him. Started seeing a therapist, Dr. Michelle Grant, Christian therapist who specialized in betrayal and postpartum trauma. What you experienced is called postpartum betrayal, Dr. Grant explained. Your husband had an affair during one of the most vulnerable times in your life. When you needed support most, he betrayed you. That's a specific kind of trauma. I don't know if I'll ever trust anyone again, I said. You will, she said. But it takes time. You'll learn to trust carefully, wisely, with discernment. I also joined a support group at New Life Tabernacle for single mothers. Found community. Found women who understood. Who'd been through similar betrayals, similar heartbreaks. You're not alone, one woman told me. I've been where you are. It gets better, I promise. And slowly, it did get better. Day by day, month by month. By summer 2025, I was functioning. Working full-time again. Taking care of Zara. Managing the house. Living. Zara was thriving. 1-year-old in May. Walking, talking, happy, healthy, unaware of the drama that had surrounded her baptism. She won't remember any of this, Mama said one day. The baptism, the disruption, the divorce. None of it. She'll just know she has a mama who loves her, who fought for her, who protected her. That's what she'll remember. That gave me comfort. Present day, November 2025. It's November 2025 now. 1 year since the baptism. 1 year since Crystal walked down that aisle holding a gift. I'm 33 years old, single mother, physical therapist, member of New Life Tabernacle. Zara is 18 months old. Beautiful, smart, happy. She sees Andre every other weekend. Supervised visits at his parents' house. He's trying to be a father. But he's not consistent. Misses visits sometimes. Always has an excuse. He's not committed. His own mama told me. He's my son. But I'm disappointed in him. You and Zara deserve better. Andre is dating someone new. Not Crystal. Someone else from his job. Different department. He's repeating patterns. Already. Some people never learn, Sister Patricia said when she heard. They just move from one bad decision to the next. Crystal moved to another city. Couldn't handle the fallout. Lost her job at the hospital. Not because of the affair, but because she started harassing Andre at work after he broke it off. Got fired. Had to leave. She destroyed her own life, Tasha said, for a man who was never going to leave his wife. And when she tried to force his hand by showing up at the baptism, it backfired. She ended up alone. No job, no relationship, nothing. I didn't feel sorry for her. She made choices. She faced consequences. Last week, November 10th, 2025, I got a message from Crystal. Facebook message from a new account. Nicole, I know you probably hate me. I know I hurt you in the worst way, but I need you to know, I'm sorry. What I did at the baptism was wrong. So wrong. I was angry. I was hurt. Andre had been promising me for months that he was going to leave you, that we were going to be together, but he kept stalling, kept making excuses. So when he mentioned the baptism, I snapped. I thought if I showed up, if I exposed him, he'd have no choice but to be with me. I thought wrong. I destroyed his family. I destroyed my own life. And I hurt you and Zara. I'm sorry. I don't expect you to forgive me. I just needed you to know that I'm sorry. I read it, sat with it for 2 days, then responded. Crystal, I don't accept your apology. Not because I'm holding on to unforgiveness, but because your apology is selfish. You're not sorry for what you did. You're sorry it didn't work out the way you wanted. You're sorry you ended up alone. You're sorry you lost your job, but you're not sorry for the pain you caused. You came to my daughter's baptism, a sacred moment, and turned it into a circus. You exposed my husband's affair in front of my entire family. You traumatized me. You ruined what should have been one of the most beautiful days of my daughter's life, all because you were impatient, all because you wanted to force Andre's hand. That's not remorse. That's regret. There's a difference. I hope you find healing. I hope you learn from this. But I don't forgive you, and I don't want to hear from you again. I sent it, blocked her, and felt free. My name is Nicole Williams. 1 year ago, my husband's mistress showed up at my daughter's baptism holding a gift. She walked down the center aisle, interrupted the prayer, announced their 6-month affair, and destroyed what should have been one of the most beautiful days of my life. At my daughter's baptism, his mistress showed up holding a gift. And that gift, wrapped in silver paper with white tissue, represented everything. The affair, the betrayal, the lies, the destruction. Here's what I learned. 1. Not all gifts are blessings. Crystal brought a gift to Zara's baptism, but it wasn't a blessing. It was a weapon. She used it to announce herself, to expose Andre, to stake her claim. Sometimes gifts are traps. 2. Mistresses who show up publicly are desperate. Crystal didn't come to celebrate Zara. She came because Andre had been promising to leave me and hadn't. She came to force his hand, to make him choose. When mistresses stop hiding, it's because they're losing. 3. Affairs that start during vulnerable times are especially cruel. Andre started sleeping with Crystal 2 weeks after Zara was born, while I was postpartum, while I was healing, while I was vulnerable. That's not just infidelity. That's cruelty. 4. Overtime and guys' nights are classic affair covers. Every time Andre said he was working late or going out with the guys, he was with her. If your spouse's schedule suddenly changes after a major life event, pay attention. 5. Exposing affairs publicly is about control, not honesty. Crystal could have told me privately, could have sent a message, a letter, but she chose a public baptism in front of 150 people. Because it wasn't about truth. It was about control. About destroying Andre's reputation. About punishing him for not choosing her. 6. Churches can respond well. New Life Tabernacle supported me, disciplined Andre, banned Crystal, protected me from gossip. That's how churches should handle public sin, with grace for victims, with accountability for offenders. 7. You can survive public humiliation. Everyone saw what happened. Everyone knows my husband cheated. Everyone witnessed my pain. But I survived. I held my head high. I didn't run. I didn't hide. I stayed. And I rebuilt. 8. Postpartum is sacred and should be protected. New mothers are vulnerable, exhausted, overwhelmed. They need support, not betrayal. Andre chose the moment I needed him most to betray me most. That's unforgivable. 9. Some affairs are about escape. Andre said the affair was an escape from pressure and responsibilities. He didn't want to be a father, didn't want to be a husband, wanted to pretend he was still single, still free. That's not love. That's immaturity. 10. Forgiveness doesn't mean accepting apologies. Crystal apologized. I didn't accept it, because her apology was about relieving her guilt, not about my healing. You can forgive without accepting someone's apology. You can heal without reconciliation. At my daughter's baptism, his mistress showed up holding a gift. She thought she was making a grand entrance, staking her claim, exposing the truth. But all she did was expose herself, her desperation, her toxicity, her selfishness. Andre destroyed his marriage for a woman who used my daughter's baptism as a stage for her drama. Crystal destroyed her own life trying to force a man to choose her. And I survived them both. 1 year later, I'm standing, thriving, raising my daughter, living in my townhouse, working my job, attending my church. They're both gone, both irrelevant, both facing consequences they created. At my daughter's baptism, his mistress showed up holding a gift, but the real gift was the truth, because you can't heal from what you don't know, and now I know everything, and I'm free. Subscribe for true stories about Black women who survived public betrayal. Hit like if you believe affairs always get exposed. Comment, would you have handled Crystal differently? What would you have done in that moment? Remember, when mistresses show up publicly, they're not brave. They're desperate. And desperate people destroy everything, including themselves. See you in the next story.